Dear students, today we will discuss about human-machine interface. So why it's important? You have designed a software. Suppose there are two companies, company A and company B. Company A has designed a software that has very low intramodule cohesion, intramodule cohesion and intramodule dependability. So this means that company A is following the strategies and technical things of the software being developed, and they are taking care for all of the things. And company B is not has not taken care all of those things. However, company B makes the interface very impressive for the users, and company A doesn't put effort to make the interface impressive and user friendly to the users. Although the software that has been developed by company A is very good, it uses all of the software life cycles, activities and guidelines and procedures and principles, and the software developed by company B doesn't have all of such ingredients, but it has the nice presentation. So what do you think? Users will accept, like the company A interface or software or company B software? So of course, user will like the company B software because user doesn't need anything inside of the software, that whether they have used optimized data structures, they have used very efficient algorithms. So they are not caring about those things very much. They are more caring about how that thing is represented to us and whether that thing is can be used by us with ease, satisfaction, effectiveness, efficiency or not. So user is not interested to learn the inside of the software, and presentation is everything for user. So let's have this with this very good example. We have human over here and we have computer over here. So human has human information processing, language communication skills and ergonomics, and computer has interface metaphors, dialogue techniques, graphic design and IO devices. So the things which are built within the computer should be based on the demands of the silicon, the inside of the software. However, the outside of the computer system or software should be built based on the demands of the user. So we will discuss ergonomics in one of the next slides. At the moment, I am just more focused about human information processing. So for example, the user for which you are building the software is not an experienced user, doesn't know many domain specific terms and is not the domain expert of that particular domain. Then you should design the dialogue techniques, the graphic designs which are matching to that particular user's human information processing and the language communication skills. So if user is unable to read or understand your software's dialogue, metaphors or graphic design, then this means your design is failed and will be slapped back to you when it is completed. So you should try to invent the user, that what is user, what are its likes, dislikes, its behavior, its communication, its language, and what is the mentality of the user, what is the age group of the users. So based on these language communications and information processing, we should design dialogue techniques and graphic designs and etc. So one of the mistake which I want to just highlight here, so for example, we design softwares for foreigners. So normally we get a software as a freelancing from somewhere, and we are actually designing that software for someone who actually understands the English language. So for example, you want to say to the user that enter password again. So if you write the dialogue as enter password again, it will be considered as order by the native speaker of English, because any sentence starting with the verb will give an impression that you are ordering the user that enter the password. So you should say politely like, please enter the password again. And similarly, if there is any error, then you should guide the user that how you can avoid this error in future, and if the error has occurred, then now what you can do to complete this task in a way you want to do. So this means that we should understand the humans and then computer related things which are interacting with the user, with the human, should be mapped and built based on the human's perceptions. So we will be discussing ergonomics in one of the next slides, and this prototype is being developed and design approaches are applied, evaluation is done, and at the end, when you have finished, you will have the final version of the software. So what is ergonomics? Ergonomics is dealing with designing system that harmonize with the physical abilities of the users, and cognitics deals with designing systems that harmonize with the mental abilities of the human. So we have discussed about the mental abilities of the user in previous slide. So let's see what is the ergonomics. So for example, we have designed the mouse, and that mouse need to be held in one hand. So someone has not made the mouse as the keyboard. So we are not pointing screen like this. So we are pointing with one hand, and that mouse should be fixed into one hand, and then that mouse have left click, right click, and the scroll bar. So all of those things can be properly adjusted under one hand. So you can click left, you can click right, and you can scroll. So this is the ability of the human to design this mouse in this way. Similarly, the keyboard and the key strokes on the keyboards have been designed like and all keys are approximately a little bit bigger than the pore of your tips, the tips of your fingers. So it is not very big button. So if it is very big, then it means it might be taking too much of space, and then you might be doing like this. So it is a big keyboard. Neither it is not too small that when you click or when you place the tip of your finger, then two buttons might be pressed simultaneously. So these are the ergonomics which we should adopt, which we should take care when designing softwares and hardware for the user. So if we summarize today's module, we have learned human-machine interface in software engineering and in hardware engineering as well. And we have discussed why it's important, what are the ergonomics, and what are the cognitics.